181.
High or low? Oh, sorry, I was doing something.
That was one. That was high. I was above it by about 2.5 again.
That's so weird. Which mod did you add in? Piercing?
Yeah, it's 120% puncture.
There's no splits for those kind of, are there?
No, there's just other weird ones. So here we go. Stormbringer and piercing caliber 286.6. $286. Both of those cost, yeah. It makes no goddamn sense.
I'm not a math person, so I'm not even gonna try to math it out or even figure it out. But it seems like the game in itself, when it does calculations for the 60% and the 90% together, it evens them out, but it doesn't quite necessarily know how to do them individually. It's for some odd reason trying to be like, you should have both, so why are both not here? So it's messing up calculations.
Nope. I'm 90% certain I know what it is. It's that somewhere in the calculation chain, it has to do with the fact that these are actually big floating point numbers. Because of the methodology in which this game uses, which is fucky as fuck. And my best guess is because of some other testing I did. Originally, I didn't agree with this because it was too consistent and just didn't make sense. Is that it is a floating point rounding issue. We know there are times where the calculation shows like a 0.5, but it ends up rounding down. It should round up, which means in reality it was probably like a 0.48 or something, which in the display, because it does one decimal point, would round up to 0.5. But in reality, the game knows that when it rounds to a whole number, it's going to round that instead down. Those make sense. Best guess right now is the game might be rounding in early steps of the calculation. We know they quantize the data. What that means is they're essentially timesing it, doing some weird shit. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole right now. It's math.
No thanks, I don't want
it. Best guess right now is it's a rounding error early on in the calculation, or it's a rounding issue early on in the calculation. And that it's only when the damage is applied and we see the number. That is the current best guess.
Did you turn your camera off?
Yeah, so it was easier to see all the numbers and shit. And trust me, we thought maybe it's just a product of the Tenora. No, we've done it on other weapons, and it's all of them do the exact same. So it's a damage calculation issue, not a weapon issue.
Oh, interesting. I don't know. I don't know.
Although I'm now curious. Before we get started here, hold on. I need my spreadsheet. Okay. I want no heat. No cold. Electric. God damn it. No toxin. No electric. No toxin. We don't want blast. Radiation. Gas. Pure regular damage. For those curious, this is the values for every weapon in the game. If you've ever been curious for any reason. These are the base damage values for every base damage values, crit chance, crit multiplier, stat chance, fire rate, and multi-shot for every weapon in the game. Blah, 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 blah. Really, Tism strikes again.
I
Feel good about yourself on that one?
don't know. I don't like how the scroll happens at the bottom. Weird. It's scrolling right instead of it's scrolling left to right instead of right to left like we read. My brain hurts. Not ready to build, ready to pick up. Now what do I have that is ready to build?
Foundry items ready to claim, operator.
Oh. Cool, I have those.
What are you looking for?
Boom. Secondary, that's pure regular damage.
Oh, nice.
All right, 26. Question is it going to be per bullet or is it going to be for 2 bullets combined? Huh? Oh, I hate it here.
Okay.
I'm glad my camera is off.
What'd you do, Dad?
I've never seen my brain looking out from every
She's going
orifice
with
on
you.
my
Just let her go with
face.
No, she's that's with mom. Evie.
Oh. Okay, this one also should be 44. This is pure damage. Okay, cool. Oh, it's good and fucking holy. 44. Why? Oh,
What did you break?
my brain.
Why? I am confused when you break things.
140.8. Because the 2 guns.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and...
What the saying the damage should be?
140.8.
So it rounded up to 150?
Okay, let's get out of the dual weapons. Maybe that's our problem. Furus. Shit, I got an incarnate on there. It's gonna be funky. It's also an incarnate. Oh, yeah, Magus Prime. Okay, cool. 98. Please don't tell me all secondaries are inherently broken.
Oh, did that say 92?
Yep. What reason? I guess Prime. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Contest 6.2. Huh? Huh?
Operator? Ordis wonders, what are you thinking about?
Some good news.
What?
My damage calculations are correct.
That's good.
It's 92. 91.87, which rounds up to 92. What's raw data for it? The raw. Oh my god.
What?
It's the raw data the game is displaying, not the quantized data. To every person out there who might be thinking, I want to do a Warframe don't. No Warframe projects. Please, God, save your sanity. I need to farm Argon crystals. You joining me?
Yeah, give me a sec. Essential Noses A plus. As a solo viewer at the moment, I knew that years ago. Oh. The Blue Tank, has he told you, or have you heard what he's doing?
Oh.
I don't know if he's talked about it in the Discord.
Oh, if you're going to be coming, that means I can spring core, then that's fine.
He's making funny noises. Yes. He's making funny noises because of the project he's decided to work on.
Because their math ain't mathin'.
Their math, no math.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and
Cut down the.
and make the Lotus proud.
Okay, so on top of that, the math not mathing, he is quasi in the works of making an Overframe competitor. But one that does more than what Overframe does. Like, I want to build an entire loadout so I want Overframe as being a piece of shit. No, it's not Overframe being a piece of shit. Dead is trying to
No, Overframe is a piece of shit.
Yes.
They haven't updated in over a year. Like, there's stuff that's been around for a hot minute now. They have not added to the site. Like, even simple shit like the ability calculations for fucking Kalervo. Melee arcanes. There's a lot of mods and arcanes that don't affect the numbers in the slightest, or don't properly affect them. And of course, they have not considering that they have not done any changes with the recent damage changes.
If we're gonna be doing this, I'm just gonna level some shit up while I'm at it.
That's fine. Just bring just bring fucking Necros.
Okay.
Do you mean to have your cam still off?
Oh, my wife came in. I was trying to play with her boobs. Be real.
I still love the other day when you're like, when I said, yeah, we could see that, and you're like, wait, what? No, you couldn't. I'm like, sir?
Nah. I'm so glad I didn't pull them out. That would have been real bad for my stream.
A man's too horny. If she's around, he's like, boobies.
As I should.
But no, so you have all the problems of overframes, damage calculations, missing stuff. The tier list being horrendous because their tier list is set up entirely with votes lasting forever. So
Instead of
some new
resetting with
player.
every upgrade.
Well, I'm not even going to do that. But also I'm not going to wait for updates. How I'm going to handle it is votes have a lifespan. Votes last X amount of time to be decided. After X amount of time, the vote drops in strength. So let's say it's been 3 months since a vote was cast. That vote's strength in terms of where it moves a frame drops by a certain amount. And then whenever there's an update, depending on the severity of the update, how much has changed, votes will then have their weight dropped even further. Like in the instance of what happened with Dante. Dante's an S tier on Overframe right now. I love Dante. He ain't S tier. So in a situation like that, all votes for Dante would be instantly, essentially depreciated heavily. But yeah, the feature list for the site is nearly complete at this point. Like a lot of the base design document and concept for the site's done. The biggest thing right now is still have not figured out a fucking name for it. I've resorted to like Chat GPT and AI like business name generation sites, and I'm feeding these things like Warframe keywords and all kinds of crap. I have yet to come up with a name I'm truly happy with.
Boobs have more leeway than dicks and balls. Yeah, maybe. Frame forward.
Yeah, some of the big stuff I plan for the site would be weapons having alternate builds, so you can just have one weapon build, and just like the game has it, you can have alternate builds, so you can have alternate elements, or you can show a lesser build, shit like that. Like the default will be when you swap, it'll be just like the game where it has the same forma, but you can uncheck a box and set it up with different forma to show a main build, a budget build, all that stuff. And then much like sites like Destiny Item Manager, having a full loadout setup. Now, of course, it can affect the game, but we're able to sit there and say, okay, make sure I have all my shit. Yep. But be able to sit there and say, hey, here is all the stuff I use. Also, we'll have creator accounts. So login to the site is going to be entirely handled through third party. Anyone in this modern day who tries to set up user systems, especially when it's a small personal project like this, is dumb. You are just asking to get your user data jacked by somebody far more skilled than you. So just fucking let other people handle that shit. So it'll entirely be like Twitch, Google, all that kind of stuff. But creators will actually still have kind of more traditional accounts. Because creators will have both a personal side as well as a for the public side. So creators will be able to have, say, a, hey, here's builds that I'm recommending or that I'm showing off in videos. And to be fair, a lot of that is to help push traffic to the site once it launches. But yeah, a lot of the initial feature set and shit I've got mostly planned out, if not entirely. Well, I'm fine with right here.
Life support incoming. Delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
That's the only XMS I'll actually hunt, like actively hunt down. Take out the more weapons, still update and adjust things. Oh yeah.
I'm in that process. That was my plan for tonight, but if Reaper's gonna be on, I might not do it tonight. But I've already kind of redone all my loadout slots. I've now just got to sit there and redo my builds.
I'm just throwing a hammer. I feel like a Titan again.
Life support on the way.
Somebody posted to the Destiny subreddit, who do you think would win? One Guardian or a planet of xenomorphs?
The planet of xenomorphs?
One Guardian. What the fuck are you smoking?
My keyboard just stopped working. And my mouse. Can you at least hear me?
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Okay, I'm back. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Hey! Hey! Stalker! Dead! Stalker!
Yeah, you haven't found out yet.
What? Detector Stalker doesn't work?
Nope, nothing to do with what I'm saying.
Or have you already finished it?
Nope.
Well, haven't I found out, and why am I scared?
Okay, so where the fuck is he?
Oh, here he is.
So how much you get?
Don't think I got any.
Yep.
Is it
The,
broken?
the pigment is currently not in his loot tables.
Are you kidding?
I wish I was.
That is so dumb.
So back to our conversation here. Yeah, in what reality is even a planet of xenomorphs going to be able to beat a Guardian?
I mean, lucky jump.
And a Guardian dies, so what? Guess what'll happen?
I mean, granted, I did the...
The operative has
What's the
just
word I'm
made their
looking for here?
first discovery.
I would give Predators a
When
better
you're
chance of
ready,
actually winning
go
than
to
Xenomorphs,
extraction.
but
Predators will get fucked as well.
Predators would at least realize that the ghosts are reviving him and shoot it.
Doesn't matter. Remember, a big fundamental problem here. Now, to be fair, it's often kind of forgotten for the sake of gameplay. We're paracausal beings. They're not. They do not have it within their toolkit to kill us.
Yeah.
Combined with, even more importantly, how truly powerful a single Guardian is. I mean, a single solar warlock. Yeah, you fuck, dog.
But also on the flip side of that, the Cabal are not paracausal.
Remember what I said about gameplay.
It's not even gameplay. In lore, they killed Guardians outright.
Yeah, that's always the funny part to me, is that technically we're paracausal beings. We're not really supposed to be able to be fucked with by other shit. And you can kill the Guardian's body, but you're never going to be able to actually fundamentally kill the Guardian.
Unless you somehow take out the ghost.
And even then, it doesn't kill the Guardian. You have to kill the Ghost and the Guardian.
Yeah, but once the ghost goes, the power of the Guardian goes. Unless they have darkness. And then that's
Yeah, I was
different.
gonna say, unless they're us.
Yeah.
To be fair, at this point,
It's almost all Guardians should be having darkness.
but also kind of more importantly, there is part of me starting to theorize that while, yes, we had that moment where we lost our powers when Ghost, kicked the bucket at the end, but I really don't think we're going to need the Ghosts to access even the light side. I think that's where the story was heading in some way.
And until Destiny 3 got scrapped.
Destiny 3 did not get scrapped. Destiny 3 never existed.
Wasn't there the whole thing with the
No,
layouts of Destiny 3 was an actual thing that was in works?
Negative. Destiny 3 was never in progress. I don't doubt there was discussions. I mean, obviously, you can talk about whatever you want. There was obviously discussions, but Destiny 3 was never in the works.
Oh, speaking of, going back to the dice. Can we,
It's
cancel
already been
that?
paused. Can't cancel, but you can pause it. Technically, I was fucking with you a little bit because you wouldn't have been able to get a die off of him anyway because I already paused it. I don't remember what else we picked, so I didn't select anything, but yeah. No canceling, but you can pause.
That's so dumb. Why would they not leave that in his loot table?
I don't think they purposely removed it. Apparently, it was already broken. They said they fixed his loot table, but I'm gonna guess they didn't fully fix it.
Of course not. Somewhere in this area.
Yep. Your 3 is active, right?
Oh, was. I don't know Because that's the first thing I do when I spawn in is I hit 3. Oh wait, there's probably a reason right there. You know what? I'm gonna sit up here. This is where I belong now. I sit here and just make things drop more things.
Get your ass down here. We ain't doing this shit again where you just sit there. I'm Necros, I'll just sit here. We start that shit, then we're swapping.
I don't have a Cora.
Don't care, you're gonna go make a Cora. You didn't have to spend 45 minutes keeping your ass alive while the other person did fucking homework.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Let it be known, if the Tenno want true salvation, they will lay down their arms and wait for the baptism of my Yanis P. I was cut in half, destroyed, but
I love the big game when this motherfucker talks.
called to me. It brought me here, and here
Just to die.
reborn. This death
Oh shit, I already killed him. I was like, oh, over here. I think. Because remember I picked up a mod over here and I just thought it was dropped from Miranda.
Oh.
I was walking over here shooting, apparently fucking threaded lore very quickly. I also want to really know what core build I'm on because I am not getting the full time on my fucking things. I am up to 10.
I've got 8. How many do you need?
All. I need to feed him to the helmets. Yeah, I'm removing everybody's Archon shards.
Oh, that's one.
And considering it's 30% bile per Archon shard,
Yep.
and I had several frames with all 5 slots filled.
Yep.
I should say I'm not removing maces and Sarens because there's no reason to change what they have set up. Over here.
What are you shooting, Ted?
A gun?
I realize that.
Alright, where the hell's the asshole at?
Okay, that's kind of terrifying that Wolf Sledge acts like a fucking glaive.
It's funny to throw it at things.
What do you think I'm doing?
Get fucked in that general direction.
Dude.
Firing a gun. I'm making the pew pew go pew pew. Oh, so how'd you feel about that UK commissioner? Police commissioner.
Trying to reading it, I was like, extradite? Like, is this fucking trying to extradite people from the US? I'm like, oh, they're dumb.
We will all share in this bounty.
Oh, I am.
Hold out as long as you can.
I mean, for starters, UK extradition law doesn't allow it. For UK extradition law, for them to do it, it has to be illegal in the UK and the country you're from.
And hanging on UK is not illegal.
No, freedom of speech. It's one of the few parts of politics that both sides tend to mostly agree on.
Yeah, mostly. There is still the hate speech stuff that people are like...
the limits of free speech. Which people don't realize, free speech is not what so many people think it is. They just hear the words. Like, have you ever studied the fucking Constitution? Anywho...
Yeah, free speech, what is that? I'm in the military.
Yeah, exactly. But anywho, besides that fundamental issue, that man himself does not have the authority to do that.
No.
And besides that, the fastest way to unite the U.S. people against your country is to try dumb shit like that.
It's like, do we need to remind you of 1776? Forcibly?
The memes have been fucking hilarious. No, I love, even like all of the British people are like, dude, no.
We're not part of this.
Please stop. Like, we are not involved. Like, I was reading about, like, the worst case potential scenarios if they tried this. And it would never be an actual extradition because neither side of our politics would really want to deal with that on their rap sheet.
No, fuck no. Where's the bitch?
Not a clue. Bitch is now dead. Ding dong. So besides that side of it, so the worst case scenario I read about is a few years down the road, somebody goes over to the UK for a trip, forgets that tweet they wrote 3 years prior, gets detained at the airport, even if they're not going into the UK but just passing through, detained at the airport and held for trial.
That still would not go over well.
No. Like I said, this was like the worst case. You know, that whole, like, thinking about what would happen if all of these stupid things happened all at once that would never happen.
Yeah.
And what the response would be. At first, it would be very polite through the normal political channels. Hey, give them back. They did not break any U.S. laws. They were passing through your country. You do not have a right to detain them. We're on good grounds. Give our citizen back. But imagine if they didn't. And did it again. I love all the idiots that think we would just be instantly going to war with the UK. We wouldn't.
No.
But if it kept going, the UK would get to experience the Russia treatment of sanctions. And U.S. sanctions are not fun for any country that gets them.
No, it gets worse. Hey, so, let's talk about NATO.
Hold on. Why Phoenix Angel, think you're following. You came at it at a weird time where we are discussing the, we're not getting political really with it. We're just talking about the absurdity of that UK police commissioner saying that Americans need to watch what they say online because they're going to extradite us and charge us in the UK. And just all of the ways that that's not even part of the UK's legal system. But continue, Reaper.
All right.
Well, welcome in.
There's that. There's also if you look at NATO, right, as a whole, there's like 2-3 countries that spend 3% of their gross domestic product on defense budget. And then there's the US, who spends at bare minimum 8%. The US essentially subsidizes the other NATO countries' defense budgets.
Look what our Tenno operative
There's
just
a reason
found.
that
They could not
some
do
of these
this
other
without
countries
you.
can afford free healthcare and also not tax their people fucking out the ass, because they're not spending everything on defense budgets. But also, all US has to do is go, cool, none of my funding gets to go to them. And keep in mind, we have one of the biggest GDPs in the world.
But I mean, I'm fairly certain it would probably literally just probably a lighter version at first of what happened with Russia. The U.S. would stop citizens from going through to the U.K. and then an initial set of sanctions, like, hey, quit it, like the equivalent to the slap on the wrist cut type situation. But then the scenario that was being discussed is, what if they get more hardcore with it? Because I gotta say, and if anyone somehow is British watching this right now, I feel for you what's going on in your country. The bullshit y'all are having to go through fucking sucks. It really does.
I haven't even been paying attention to all of it.
Essentially, the easiest way to think about it is corrupt political bullshit, and people are getting arrested for speaking out about it.
Oh, okay, so they're pulling at China. Got it.
Well, because the UK has relatively strict, we're going to be nice here, laws about hate speech and about... Essentially, you can think about it as, if you offend somebody, you can be arrested for those words.
I mean, that's certain states here in the U.S., but,
And the problem is that who decides what it means to be offended? And who vouches for that offense, that they're not just trying to do that to silence somebody? In one regard, the law is well-meaning, but it is dumb as shit because of that whole, it can be so easily abused, and is, by its own politicians. And so, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, the police commissioner was speaking up because Americans were getting in on it, talking about it, and quite literally just talking about the situation, spreading information about what's happened, and that was the problem they had.
oh, you mean they were spreading information that wasn't being controlled by the media? Oh, wait, this sounds more Chinese than I've heard in a long time.
Yeah, so the shit going on, like I remember years back, there is a YouTuber who, while I don't agree with a lot of what he's become, because he's had the same effect I've seen with other people, where something happens to them or they get known for a particular thing, and because of what happened, one of the far sides it becomes their only refuge. It's not because they agreed with their politics. It's not because they were ever a part of that. It's because that side sees them as a potential, like, one of the martyrs for their cause. And because of that, because it's the only people who will have them on shows to talk about what happened, who will help them fundraise for them, give them donations, are on that far side, it can drastically change that person's viewpoint because of echo chamber, because it's the only people they're getting to talk to and be around and influence them and make them feel like, yeah, you were wronged. I've seen it happen with a few people, A far more famous example would be Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson back in the day was so much more, I don't want to say liberal so much as central, you know, so more centrist. And the problem was a lot of what he was saying, yeah, a lot of what he was saying was bullshit, but also a lot of what he's saying fit more in with one side or the other. We don't need to go into which side that was. And so that was who kind of, quote, I guess you could say, stuck up for him. And it has drastically changed Jordan Peterson. Like, the person I first found back in the day who helped me kind of reevaluate certain parts of my life in a very good and healthy way is not the same person that exists today by any stretch of the imagination. But going back to Count Dankula, so Count Dankula is a Scottish guy. And you might not remember his name, but you might remember the incident. Years back now, there was a video that went viral of a Scottish dude who started the video by saying something like, the pug that him and his girlfriend owned, she thought was the cutest thing that existed. The cutest thing in the world was this pug. So he wanted to teach it to do something that was the opposite of cute. That was as far from cute as you could get, which was teaching the dog to raise its paw like it was doing a Nazi salute.
Oh, that's so wrong but funny.
So he taught the dog how to do this, and you know, filmed the dog watching like Hitler's speeches and shit like that. And anyone with a functional brain, you get what he was doing. The whole juxtaposition of a cute pug doing the worst possible shit you could imagine. It's funny. It's fucked up, but it's funny. Police showed up. He was gone when it went viral. He was, I think, on a plane or something. When he got back home, police showed up at his house and arrested him for hate speech. He was then, I think he was held for a short time, then went to trial and was convicted and fined. But that's where I first started hearing about this shit, was that incident. And this was a while back. Yeah, look up on YouTube Nazi Pug. The video's fucking hilarious. The worst part is what the fuckers did to him. It's what originally, like, I used to think like the whole woke type people were relatively harmless until I saw what they did to him. Again, the man made a joke. He wasn't a Nazi. He had no ideals or beliefs that fit with that. He wasn't even like a hardcore leaning either side person in the slightest. There were people who made sure he could not have a job. If he got a job somewhere, they would find out, call that place and make threats because you're, employing this person who did this horrible hate speech thing. We'll review bomb you, we'll do all this shit to you if you don't fire him. Like, that was the response, even after he was convicted and fined. Wasn't enough.
Taken from us. It's true, but fortune favors the bold, and there ain't none.
These are people that never leave their house.
Nothing to lose.
These weren't. It's not that they're soft. It has nothing to do with being soft. Going into the psychology of shit like that. That is a murky, mired rabbit hole. Trust me, you do not want to go down. Either side, the extremes of either side. The mental gymnastics it often takes to be a part of either of the extremes blow your fucking mind. It's about on the same level of the people who truly believe the Earth is flat.
But it is.
Problem?
Yeah, my light turned off randomly.
That was God telling you, don't even start, bitch.
I'll clip that, whoever can, because that was almost perfect of da 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 da. Bloop. Let's see it with my own eyes from space.
Here's the worst part, right? Like, there was recently a huge push by some people.
Oh no,
they
that's
were
bannable offense.
Yeah, you're in the wrong chat for that. You might want to be a Reapers to make that joke. You're lucky I'm playing it right now.
We will all share in this
Not even
battle.
mine's like
Hold
I
out
make
as
jokes
long
about
as
it.
you can.
No, I have seen the Earth from 30, 40,000 feet up. Not flat.
But anyways, no, so some people, I don't remember who it was exactly, offered, because of course, you know, with their whole the ice wall bullshit, all that crap, these, like all of the big time flat earthers, were offered an all expense paid trip aboard a research voyage to Antarctica.
I
You
wanna
know
go.
how fast I would fucking jump on that?
Go.
Yeah, no shit. They all started making excuses. The excuses ranged from, oh, you know, I can't do that. I'm not going to be able to do that. To my favorite of, oh, I think they're just trying to get me out there so they can kill me. Blew my goddamn mind.
So
I would want to see the Aurora. Oh. Although I don't remember how impressive the Southern War is.
there's an actual medal if you go and do stuff out at Antarctica for pretty much any of them, for any of the services. Well, the Antarctica Service Medal. It looks really cool. I'm trying to pull a picture now.
What's the name of the military bases there?
I don't remember, dude.
Is it McMurdo?
I don't know.
I think it is.
Guess who has the Antarctica Service Medal?
Eric.
Me.
Does it count for you flying shit over it?
No. Physically have to be there.
When the fuck did you go there?
Times.
Huh?
Times, places, things. I have been in for almost 13 years.
Well, yeah, but it's a weird place for you to go considering the jobs I've known you've had.
No, I haven't. That's what makes it funny. I haven't on my official record. I've never been. So, in the systems when I transferred over, an Antarctica Service Medal and Army Service Medal have the same initials. I have tried to get it fixed. I have done my due diligence. I have messaged all the people, showed them like, hey, I was in the Army. I never went here. Never had any orders going here. And it's like getting thrown around at like the world's worst customer service. It's like, oh, that's not our job, go here. That's not our job, go here. That's not our job, go here. To the point, I'm just keeping it.
I would too, to be honest. Fuck it. For a minute there, I thought you were about to say, I thought you were about to pull some shit like Eric wasn't the only one who did some shit that he can't talk about.
Oh, I've done some shit I can't talk about, but...
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah. I've worked with a Special Forces group before.
To be fair, most military people I've talked to have had some form of interaction or worked with Special Forces at least once or twice.
But mine was dealing with drug interdiction.
Fun.
Uh-huh.
What branch was Eric in again?
Army, I believe.
I wish that man played more games with us. I love that man.
Oh yeah, imagine working with him.
Yep. Argon crystals. I need to feed Frank.
I think the game stopped giving them to us.
No, it hadn't been that long since I got some. I'm at 28.
$26.
Are you
I'm missing one somewhere. I think I picked up somewhere, that is.
Oh, dude, you had Hawaiian barbecue.
Yeah,
There's a.
got a couple of Hawaiian places around here.
Look what our Tenno operative
You ever
just
had
found. They could not do
Hawaiian
this without
Bros?
you.
Hawaiian, bro?
Yeah. So it's a kind of chain Hawaiian place.
Yeah, those ours are mom and pop Hawaiian here.
There's one of those, but not where I live. Actually, I think there's several of those around Dallas, but you can find anything in Dallas. It's Dallas. Is anybody surprised?
No.
Oh, and I have a random fun fact for you after that, or a random funny story after this.
Same,
Anyways,
but involving TikTok FYP.
dear sweet Jesus. Fucking asshole, by the way.
Which one?
Goddamn chick with the bad dragon collection. I am weak. Especially since that bullshit passed here in Texas. Or if I want to go fucking have some me time, I gotta hop on a goddamn VPN.
Oh, that is gross.
Yeah. Otherwise, I gotta sign up for an account and do age verification. Kiss my ass. VPN.
I partly get why, right? Like, I can understand, hey, let's try to make it harder for underage people to fucking actively just
Yeah, but
freely
it
watch
doesn't
this
do
shit.
God
No, because
damn
VPNs
thing.
exist.
Reddit exists. You can hop on Reddit, go to like R Girls Gone Wild. None of that
That's
shit's
something you've
fucking
done?
censored. No, R Chubby for me.
Ah. I'm surprised it's not our small person.
But no, anyways, so getting back on track here. Fucking food. But no, so tonight, the only Hawaiian Bros semi-close is not close. And it's in a direction that's pretty much you have to take a toll road. It's always horrible traffic. So I never order it for delivery, even though I can. Because I feel like being I'm an asshole when I ask for someone to drive 10 miles to bring me food for what little Uber gives them, you know?
Yeah.
So I 6 miles is my limit. Well, 6.5 or whatever. There's a set of restaurants about 6.5 miles away is my limit. But no, I was looking today for something and there was something I'd never seen before. It was another one called Mo Bettis. This one actually like owned and operated. It's another set of chains, but it's a newer chain, and actually owned and operated by 2 Hawaiian brothers.
Nice.
So like Hawaiian Bros, the restaurant is very much like, you know, just small chunks of chicken and a teriyaki sauce. You know, it's good, but it's like nothing magical. Fucking, I ordered Mo Bettis. Now it's technically further away. It's more mileage, but it's the highway next to my house, and it's a straight shot, and it's where there's no traffic.
No.
So it's like half the delivery time of the other place. So I fucking ordered that for dinner tonight, dude. Whole fucking like chicken thighs, and it tasted like you were at some dude who knew how to fuck the barbecue's house, having good charcoal barbecued chicken. Holy fuck, was it good.
That does sound good, though.
The rice, it was the most perfectly cooked white rice I've ever had in my life. And I have had an Asian grandma cook me white rice before.
How long are we gonna go, by the way?
I don't know, we were just kind of sitting here talking. How about 45?
Okay. Not really like I got anything to do tonight. I'm legit just... Oh, this fucker's gotta go. Hold on. Yeet. 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 Yeet.
Seriously, this room was right here this whole time.
What?
Over here.
The longer you fight,
You're
the more
literally
successful
fucking one
you'll
room
be.
away from a far better room than you, my bitch. Where, motherfucker?
Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna grab something to drink. I'll be right back. That back. Oh, I had to go get me some sweet tea.
I forgot they never talked about last week. Last week, you went down?
No?
You said Reaper Knight has been revived.
Oh,
Oh,
weird.
Do I main Geyer? I used to. She is still one of my favorite frames. But no, I never I have not used her heavily in a long time. I love her, but she has some major issues that need to be fixed. You can, I mean, like with anything, you can get her really good, especially if you put in a metric fuck ton of that, it's one of the shards. It's one of the new combo shards. I don't remember which one. Like I said, I like her a lot. I can't wait for her to be good at some
I
point.
think it's the orange one for electricity.
Whichever one it is. Yeah, it is the one with electricity, though. But you got it. It's got to be all Tau forged. To be fair, I think she would be one of the easiest ones to fix. The cooldown on her abilities needs to die in a fire. There's no reason for those massive fucking cooldowns when you lose her abilities. Like, you run into a fucking nullifier at the wrong moment, you're waiting forever for her shit to come back.
Speaking of nullifiers.
And then her other major issue is just general survivability, which, if her abilities were a little bit better, wouldn't actually be that big of a deal. Like, electricity really needs to get kind of the full frost treatment, I think.
Ooh, yeah.
Of, like, being the other major, fuck it, leak section is bullshit, heavy CC status. It should drastically interrupt. It shouldn't just be a whole you're stuck in place. It should very much, I feel, be a combo effect of momentary stoppages, but also enemy accuracy drastically reduced, because of course you'd be shaking from getting fucking electrocuted.
Head toward edge strike.
Yeah, that's fine. I just get a good build for it. And I have the build I ran. I've had this build up to solo, like 25 minutes, still past survival on Tav.
I mean, I was waiting on 45. It's just.
Oh shit! Sorry, brain fart. I mean, so after this, I can show you the build I have for her.
Yeah, his build
But-
is by no means a slouch.
No.
Look what our Tenno
Okay.
operative just found. They could not do this without
Yeah, I
you.
run Pillage Gyre,
Mission complete. Excellent work.
which again allows her to fuck shit up. It kind of helps with her, with how her damage doesn't really scale up high enough. She's one of those frames where her damage falls off really quickly. Becomes
Like
a pretty
Ember.
big issue. Yeah, it becomes a pretty big issue above like 200 and still path. Like, I would never want to take her into Elite Deep Worker Media, even though those enemies are technically not still path. It doesn't
They're still high
matter.
enough level it hurts.
Yeah, they'd fuck her up big time.
Speaking of, do we want to die?
Remember, I've already done it, but
Oh.
no, I want to. Well, no, we're gonna take you through it. That was actually my plan for what we're doing next.
You don't want to.
Well, I've already done it, so I can just be Mr. Keep You Alive. Plus, I want you to see what that second mission in this week's Elite Deep Arc Media looks like.
Alright, let me go look at what I actually have.
Holy balls. So let me swap over to Guy real quick.
Yeah, I'll go look while you're doing that.
Oh, let me put it to you like this. And it was weird too, because my CPU was at like 25% and my GPU was at like 35%. And yet the game's frame rate slowed down to like the 30s from the 90s. Where I have my system is hard capped at 90 by NVIDIA's internal settings, because I stream. Capping my system at 90 just makes my life so much easier when it comes to streaming, trust me. There's too many games who have uncapped frame rates in loading screens and in the intro. New World.
We are alone. We must conquer or we must die. If we fail,
Yeah, here's my current Gyre build. I don't like her ball for crowd control. I also don't really think it works too well with what Gyre is. Because of the fact that her electricity and her procs can spread through a group of enemies. I kind of want the enemies spread out. I want them to potentially get more enemies in an area. And this has saved my ass so much in Still Path, because it causes the enemies to, shock and stop for a minute. It is my, hey, this direction I'm not paying attention to, throw it over there while I'm killing stuff over here for the moment, and I am fine behind me until the ball goes away. I don't get why people are just automatic subsume over that and keep the fucking throw ball shit. But yeah, this is a very high strength, decent range, decent duration, very low efficiency. One thing I really kind of want to do with her is probably put some of the new equilibrium shards on, but the big thing is not a pillage build, and I don't remember the mod setup for that. So don't take this build as gospel, because the pillage Gyre was kind of the way to run Gyre at higher levels. But Oh no, it's the violet one, it's the purple one. But yeah, this one getting that. I don't remember whether it's the ability damage or the primary electricity damage. Oh, it is. I believe it is the second one. But yeah, I believe that is used to do a much more modern Gyre build. But again, if I remember correctly, you really have to be running all Tal Forged. And considering that's what a red and a purple, a red and a blue, right? Yeah,
Right,
you got to have
Atlas or Baruch.
dude. Baruch can fuck shit up and survive. How's it going, Toma? Oh. Yeah, that'll take you 5 Tal Forged, Crimson, and 5 Tal Forged Azure to do that new Gyre build. If you have those sitting around, I mean, and you like Gyre, go for it. I wonder what those would do to fucking Wisp.
What?
All those electric ones.
I don't know.
Breach Surge. Oh, I wonder if you imagine massive nukes with fucking Breach Surge.
Breach Surge is radiation.
That Breach Surge was electric. I thought Wisp did electric. Oh, no, I'm thinking of remote. Never mind. The most annoying fucking thing in a defense mission.
Yes. Alright, so I need to level and do some work to some of this to actually be able to do anything. By all means. I'm about to get my ass handed to me. I just need to get me a
Yeah, we're
board.
gonna have to do some leveling real quick. I'll use my vault. Let me get my Haro is not currently set up. Oh. And Archoplasma tends to just fucking shred through the goddamn murmur.
Alright. Look up a Baruch Prime build. Oh, he has an exalted weapon? Oh yeah, he punches shit, that's right. That's only a 3-former.
Well, it's a 1.5. Oh, it's a 1.3. What's it? Oh, that's the fucking. Yeah, that's the prime version. 8. 1 times 1. Oh, shit. 36, 778. Yeah, that's better. Okay, my Haro is ready for keeping everybody alive. Dude, I have seriously started loving running Haro. He has, what was it, like a week or two ago now when I had to run him for fucking EDA, and now I've like fallen completely in love with that goddamn thing. Where is he? There he is.
Wait, Baruch has a exalted weapon, right?
Remember, the exalted weapon doesn't appear until you start leveling.
That's fucking right.
Are you joining us for some leveling real quick, or is all your shit ready, Rosenberg? Okay.
Oh.
Hello, dreamers. Let's get to know you.
What build were you going for Baruch?
Endless Fist, Still Path, Baruch. Non-helmet and variants. It's Ninja SC, whatever his name is, that tends to have really good builds on Overframe. You can start it whenever.
Well, we have another person here, so I don't want to just force start it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Are those new clips? I don't remember seeing these before.
What?
Don't really like any of them. Damn it. When I said that, you could have reached over and hit check mark real quick, jackass.
What? I'm
We're waiting.
reading this build. Sorry, wasn't paying attention.
You could have waited till we're in here because all you're going to be doing is standing still. You have to run through the portal yourself, you know. Oh, that's a window. I'm dumb. That works real quick. Whoops. I was busy not paying attention for a moment. There's Jade Light hitting me.
Oh, there's a mirage in here, isn't there?
Yep, that would be Rosenberg.
Desert Wind Prime is almost maxed out. Not too. I like how weapons are so easy to level up in this, but the fucking frame's just like, I'm taking a little while. This maze is like, I'm not even trying.
The mace is just dancing now.
I need one more round.
I have opened a new data conduit. Proceed immediately.
This whole stick, I just need to take damage to lose restraint.